where your Atlanta. North world took effect to fart. Tell them, baby, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So late. It's Christmas out to India. Visit Puerto Rico. San Diego, stand. Shut down, stand. Germany, stand. Every country you know. All around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know. This is how it goes. Every city, every state, every country you know. All around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know. This is how it goes. Switzerland, saying. Sao Paulo, saying. Joburg, saying. Mexico, saying. Stockholm, saying. Jamaica. Feel whatever you like to like it. Yes, you can join us now. We like to love it. We like to love it. We like to love it.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is.
Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing. Love with the. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Make your lady back up in this. Hop up in the 6. And you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty to my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet. Being broke, what I can't accept. I'ma hold it down to the death. No Reeboks, cause it's all about a check. Bet $1 million that your man ain't like this. Cause I stack my chips, I'm on my grind. Mind on money, money on my mind. So if you in the way, I'll run you over. It's the heartbreak army, I'm a soldier. Huh? Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Ain't nothing changed but the name on the check. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I don't know about y'all, but I'll die by respect. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I'ma live in the meantime.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Mason in at the point guard position.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Here's Fournier. Pass to Jennings. On the wing, Gordon. 6 to shoot. And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Vucevic has got his first 2 points. Mason for 3. And the basket good.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Jennings passes to Vucevic. It's back to Jennings. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Out left to the wing. Kicks it to Mason. Launches it. Another 3 for Chicago.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Magic have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. That's his first foul. Here's Jennings. Up top, Oladipo. Gordon dishes to Vucevic, and it's Orlando with another.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Mason for 3, and that one's good. Mason's got 9. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
And it's Chicago with the rebound. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Vucevic setting the big for Oladipo. Jennings wide open. Misses the 3. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run the season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, 2-time champion in the locker room, big. As is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Now, here's Oladipo. The dish to Jennings. And the layup's good off the glass. Jennings has got his 3rd basket of the night.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Magic, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Oladipo. And it's Payton in for Brandon Jennings. The Bulls also changing it up. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And Mirotic subbed in for McDermott. Pocket 2, Payton. Another miss by Orlando.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, you know, I think he maybe needs some time for some direct admonishment.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Here's Fournier. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Butler. Chicago's gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter. Shots good from Mason.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
For Orlando, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Azania. They set the pick. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic from 13 feet. It goes down. Vucevic has got 6.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Orlando making some changes. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Vucevic. And it's Watson in for Evan Fournier. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for the Bulls. Here is Mason. He's got 13. That's good.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Mason against Payton. The pass to Hazania. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
Mason against Payton. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And it's the Bulls with the ball.
And with Hezonja, it is all about what he might do in the future. He has great athleticism, very good size at his position, and already has great skill in terms of scoring the basketball.
And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Watson's shot is off. And here is Mason. Can't drop the tough 3-pointer. Lasagna. No good. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's Chicago. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Wow.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Bulls 5 right now. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Mason is out there with Ejuan Moore, and it's McDermott in at the small forward. Mason misses.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And that one's good.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Outside Gordon. Oladipo outside. Rebounded by Moore.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone. Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Orlando. And Chicago also making a switch. Butler's checked in. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Launches a three. Gasol with the rebound.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agents.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Throws it up high, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeks.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work.
Mason, he checked in for the Bulls. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
That'll go on McDermott. That is his first foul of the game. Vucevic checked in for Orlando.
Entering for your Magic, Nikola Vucevic.
Oladipo, the pass to Gordon. Dishes it to Fournier. 5 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Great D that time from Gibson.
Yeah, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Gordon dishes to Oladipo. And he uses the glass on the lane. And now it's only a 5-point Chicago lead.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in his game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Ilyasova comes in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Hezonja in for Victor Oladipo. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass with his passing or his defense.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And Mirotic subbed in for Doug McDermott. And now here's Mason, the fast break opportunity. Noah kicks to Mason.
Starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Passes it to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. And that one hits back iron. Chicago leading by 6. Butler kicks to Mason. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And Orlando making a change here. Watson's checked in. Pass to Hazania. Vucevic, a screen on Mirotic. Feeds to Vucevic. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Vucevic has got 8.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Pass to Hazania. To the inside, Ilyasova. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Payton kicks to Ilyasova. They set the screen. Mirotic brings the double team. Ilyasova with the ball. Vucevic down low, working on Noah. The offensive rebound.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
The Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Here's Mason. That is good. Mason's got 41.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's Chicago as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. Things really started to heat up in that second quarter as they put together some nice runs and were able to pull out to a 12-point lead. And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
What a performance. Just look at the game from Mr. Clutch. He's got 41 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow. Unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. Boy, he is just dangerous out there.
Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Oladipo is out there with Jennings. And it's Fournier in at the 3. So that's who Scott Skiles starts the second half with. And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago, and never really got back on track.
Oladipo, the pass to Jennings. High post try from outside the arc, and it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Jennings. Oladipo's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Mason against Jennings. Butler dishes to Gasol. Now here's McDermott, defended by Gordon. Shots good from Mason.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
The Magic trail by 13. Jennings kicks to Vucevic. Oladipo, the pass to Vucevic. Shot from free throw range. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
And Orlando's offense could struggle at times, and there were some low points last season. The big one happening when the Knicks set a record for the fewest points in an NBA quarter.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Oh, wow, 4 of 5 to start the half, coming out on fire.
I remember that game that Greg was talking about where the Magic and Knicks scored so few points. Remember combined Clark 15 points in a quarter for a new NBA low mark?
I do remember. I like to forget about that one, though, but the Magic get most of the blame there because they were at home and they only managed 7 points in that quarter.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Orlando. Mason up top. The three. The shot misses. Great D that time from Jennings. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. And the lead is down inside single digits. Jennings has got 10 points in the game.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Lets a floater go. Here's Fournier.
Really the right play defensively if you can't block. Force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
The Magic trail by 10. Payton kicks to Gordon. Back to Payton. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Oladipo goes in, and it's blocked.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of fouling.
Here's Mason, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Gordon. The Bulls also changing it up. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. And Mirotic subbed in for Doug McDermott.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Payton dishes to Oladipo. Can't get it to go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Got that one up quick. Mason's got 55.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Payton with a screen on Gibson. And Oladipo kicks to Fournier. Noah with the block. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Shots good from Mason. Mason's got 57 points. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Oladipo with the ball. Now guarded by Gibson. Fournier passes to Smith. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Smith's got his first bucket of the night. The Bulls leading by 13. Here's Mason.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
It's almost like they...
Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Nicholson's checked in for Jason Smith. Hezonja comes in for Fournier. And it's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. Now, here's Watson. 1 second left. Good on the jump shot. And that's now 10 points for Victor Oladipo. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 10. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. The Magic trail by 10 on the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. Pau Gasol is out there with Portis, and it's Mason in at the one spot. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. Pick by Vucevic, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Bulls leading by 10. Mason. The long distance three is buried. Mason's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls. Magic shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Jennings kicks to Vucevic. Watson dishes to Vucevic. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. And 12 points for Vucevic.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
They double him with Vucevic. Jennings against Mason. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Jennings passes to Gordon. And they double up Gordon. It's back to Jennings. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That's his 5th foul.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Fournier's checked in for Nicholson. And
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
To the middle. And Butler sends it back. Gasol kicks to Mason. It's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Payton dishes to Jennings. Vucevic to the pass to Gordon. To the paint. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 4 points this quarter.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
He dialed that one up from long distance.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
Here's Fournier. Clock at 6. Steps back and fires. And nothing but air on that one. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Mason misses.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep, though.
Chicago calls timeout.
And the Magic struggled last season, still waiting on one of their young stars to just take that next step.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Mason. Takes it off the glass.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
It's Oladipo on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
And a miss there on the triple. The Bulls leading by 18. To the paint, here's Mason, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Payton against Mason. Here's Vucevic, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Mason for three from beyond the arc and then some. And the Bulls lead by 21.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Mr. Clutch. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Butler against Oladipo. Outside Gordon. Back to Oladipo. Chicago grabs the miss.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Butler kicks to Gibson. Gibson the screen. Gasol setting the pick for McDermott. He dishes it to Mason. Just 4 to shoot. That 3 off the mark. Now Oladipo. The feed now to Payton. Back to Oladipo. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Works that one inside nicely.
And here is Mason. From deep three-point range, and that falls. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both